Max Wardell, Carter Kowalczyk, Overhead Athletic Institute. We're going to go into a little workout that we can do in the gym for baseball players. So it's going to be a little circuit workout. He's going to initiate this exercise with a posterior pelvic tilt. He's tucking his butt under, contracting his abdominals. See how he's got a nice flat lumbar spine? He's going to do a shoulder extension here. So he's going to do thoracic extension, shoulder blades down and back. He's retracting and depressing the scapula. So a very difficult exercise with a hold at end range. You're going to do 10 reps of this. Perfect form. So we're going to take you all the way through this circuit. Always initiating, as you see with Carter, with that posterior pelvic tilt, pushing his hands that direction as he does it. So he's reaching down towards his feet. Good. So he's going to do 10 of that. For the purposes of the video, he won't. So we'll say he did 10 of that. Now he's going to let his knees fall down to the sides. This is going to help him go into a posterior pelvic tilt while he does a W here. So you can see how he initiates this W. Elbows in, wrists going to the sky, shoulders down and back. Nice neutral cervical spine. A little bit of thoracic extension. Posterior pelvic tilt. Not arching through this lumbar, nice and flat. He's trying to elevate those thumbs, those wrists as high as he can. Now hold there, Carter. This is a compensation we see all the time. Letting the arms get too far out here. So he's decreasing the lever arm length into external rotation. So you want to keep it steady the entire time, just inside 90 degrees flexion. Elbows in somewhat tight, but not too tight. And you've seen this exercise in the video we did about physio ball exercises, and we initiated a little bit differently. So very good repetitions there, Carter. We'll go into the next exercise. Do 10 reps of that. Take a 30-second break between each station. Next, he's going to take a kettlebell. You can see how much weight's going to fit you. You can go for speed, you can go for strength. He's going to go out into his lunge stance, a Bulgarian split squat here. Nice posture. Going down, letting that knee track forward, but not too far out in front of our toes. Not deviating in. A lot of times we see the knee going in. Similar to an exercise we have done in a video about front leg stability, where people actually land in valgus position. So you just saw Carter perform a static hold at the end range. So you can do it fast repetitions, going into the other leg here. So you can do some fast repetitions, so Carter initiate with some nice explosive reps. Or he can hold at the bottom. Static hold. Very difficult both ways. You want to incorporate both on varying days or even on the same day in your training program. So he goes from that, he's going to lay on his back and do a Serratus Press. So he's got 1 or 2. He's got the heavier one actually on his throwing side. So we have a unbalanced or uneven Serratus Press. He can do it in internal rotation, trying to keep 90 degrees or greater of shoulder flexion. So not letting the arms come down this way, letting them go up that way. So he's going to press as high as he can. Something we see is that athletes aren't able to press or protract and upwardly rotate their scapula as far as they can. So we'll do an internal rotation. Avoid this if you have shoulder impingement, labral pathology, rotator cuff pathology. If you're healthy, something you can do. Bottoms up with the kettlebell. Now he's going to go into external rotation. So the palms are going to be facing more towards the head. He's going to reach as high as he possibly can. Like I said, you want to access that end range. Most important part of the contractions, the end range, rarely trained. You need strength at end range to alter how that scapula sits on the rib cage. So very good. He's going to go into the last exercise in the circuit. Remember, doing about 10 repetitions of each of these. He's going to take a kettlebell. You can even take a dumbbell, a wide squat stance, a little bit of external rotation, a little bit of toes out. So he's going to squat down, and then he's going to reach and lift one way. You can see how he's rotated as far as he possibly can through his chest. That's the most important part of the exercise. Very good exercise if we want to develop hip-shoulder separation in the throw, in the beginning of the throw, where he actually disassociates his shoulders and his pelvis. Thoracic rotation. Now, we can show with a little reach, so if he extends it, much more difficult. Carter can attest that, not a very heavy kettlebell. We actually had him try it earlier with a heavier one because he is so advanced, and he even noted how difficult it was. So he's gonna go one more. I wanna note one more thing, Carter. Take a little break if you have to. Not letting this knee float in. So you can see he's pushing that knee out, hip abduction on this leg. Very good. So very difficult exercises, very difficult progression here. Go through each of these exercises for about 10 repetitions. Start on the bench, move up to more dynamic and rotational exercise. Take a good break after. Carter's been working out a little bit before this video, but he can attest to how difficult this is. So you can go through it a few times. Let us know how it goes in the comment section. Say, hey, we tried the progression here. We tried the little circuit when we were in the gym, and this is what we thought. This is how difficult it was. Make sure you're doing all these exercises with precision and good form. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, guys, make sure to do that because we're posting new videos continuously with good content, more baseball exercises, more stretches for you guys, more workouts. You don't want to miss any of it. If you're a physical therapist, we're posting manual stuff as well, so you're not going to want to miss those either.